Hi everybody. I am going to share with you how I apply the wash to a white head. I am redoing this video from class last week because the audio was not working correctly. So I thought I would do it again. So I've got a couple of different heads that I'm going to do it on tonight. And this is the large FG lady head from Bell. And then I also have the 36-inch Lady Grace. And then I also have the little 16-inch, well, it's not 16, I think it's 15-inch, 15-inch Doll's Part Huret head. So I'm going to apply the wash to all three of these. So I'm going to start with Lady Grace. Now I have already, let me move the camera down here. I have already scrubbed these really well and removed all of the grit. So they're nice and smooth and they are ready to paint. So this head has a really good sheen on it and she should turn out really pretty. Okay, let me grab my Optivisor here. Now I just did a video on mixing the China paint. So I just showed you how to do that. That is in a separate video that's been uploaded. So I have this was Karen Buttagee's Cheek Tone 2 Tea Rose that's been mixed with medium number 1 was what I used to mix the paint. I'm now going to apply it with my sponge dipped in magic medium. So I want some magic medium off to the side over here where it's not interfering in my paint. Okay, hold on. Got to grab my lint-free cloth that I use to blot my brush if I need to. I've got my Super Doll sponge. I'm going to apply a little bit of medium to the sponge and then go into the paint. Excuse me. I'm going to thin it down enough that it will flow smoothly over my head. And I want to do most of my blending with the sponge. I want to do as much as I can with the sponge. I don't know if you can all see this or not, but there is a pinhole right here that I showed how to fix in the greenware cleaning video the other day. And of course it still shows because you really can't fix a pinhole to where they don't show. Just doesn't work that great. But that's going to be under the wig and you'll never see it anyway. And I can guarantee you the antique heads were not flawless. They all had their own little things going on with them. So, okay, so I'm just going to keep adding medium to the sponge and then some paint. I want to get the whole front of the face done before I do the back of the head. So I want to get this blended all the way around the ears. And like I say, I want to do as much blending as possible with the sponge. Okay, I need a little bit more medium, a little bit more paint. I know I have the correct ratio of paint to medium when it blends easily. Okay, I'm going to need some more medium, so some more magic medium. Dipping my medium, then into my paint. Add some more. Okay, I want to get around this ear here. Get that paint down in the ear. Okay, I've made it all the way around behind both ears. So now I'm going to start blending with the China mop. And I don't want to over blend any more than I have to. The more you blend, the ruddier the color of your paint. I can't tell you why. I don't know the scientific explanation for that. I just know if you overwork your paint, any color will turn to kind of an orangey brown ruddy color. So try and eliminate as much of the working with it as you can. So I am using a Sealy's SBR 21A China mop. That's the one I'm going to start out with here. So I'm going to make like fast flicking motions back and forth, smoothing out the paint. Need to get the brush down in there and get that extra out of the ears. And then I'm just going to brush back and forth, around the ears, into the ears. Across the cheeks. Down the neck. And then just make sure it's blended well across the forehead. I want to get everything on the front of the face done, and then I will move to the back of the head. Okay, let me see how this looks. Looks pretty good. Now this was the 3-foot Lady Grace. Okay, now the back of the head. I haven't done that one yet. That part yet. But this will be very fast because there's just a small area to do and there's no features to go around. So it's just a matter of getting the back of the head blended. Okay, now after I get the entire head blended, to finish it off, you know, by now I'm starting to gather some medium into this China mop. So it's starting to get just a little bit damp. So now I'm going to take another dry China mop and just finish the last little bit of blending now with one that's totally dry. Okay. That is all she needs. Okay, so there's the wash on the 3-foot Lady Grace. Remember, I did not apply medium to the head. I only added it to the sponge with the paint to blend it in. Okay, so that head is done, and I can set it off to the side here. and load it in the kiln here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and do the, I believe this is the 31 inch FG lady. It's either 30 or 31. Okay, so same thing with this one. Just keep dipping in the medium, back in the paint. If it doesn't flow smoothly, then I don't have enough medium. So I go back, add a little bit of medium, a little bit more paint. Okay, a little bit of medium, a little bit more paint. And I need to add some more medium. A little bit of medium, a little bit of paint. Remember not to put too much on at once, because you don't want so much that you have to keep blending and blending and blending in order to get it all smoothed out. You want to be able to put it on, blend it as fast as you can with the least amount of strokes on the blending. And I'm doing most of my blending with the sponge and not the China mop. Okay, a little bit more here. Okay. I've got it on the front of the face. I'm going to, before I turn around and do the back on this one, I'm going to go ahead and blend a little bit. Okay. Almost ready to go back to the sponge. Okay, I'm going to turn it around. Finish. Adding the paint to the back of the head. A little bit more medium, a little bit more paint. A little bit at a time, blending as I go. Okay, I'll finish blending with the first China mop and make sure it's as smooth as I can get it with that brush. And then I'm going to switch over to the other China mop. Now this is actually an Expressions 28 to 36 millimeter China mop. I like this one also. So just making sure everything is totally smooth here. Okay, pretty well finished with this one. Going to set her off to the side here. And then we'll go down to that small Huret head. Okay, those two are ready for the kiln. Now I'm going to switch from those great big ones down to this smaller one. Now the one thing I want to do is I'll need to remove the paint. So I need my yellow cleanup brush. I call it my yellow cleanup brush because it's what Sealy's always called a yellow tip. It's the SBR 19 lip brush. I use it strictly as a cleanup brush. Okay, I'm going to want to remove the paint from the eye area. She's going to get painted eyes, so I'll need to remove the paint from the eye area so she has the white eyeballs. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to start on one side behind the ear, work my way all the way across the front. By the way, in case anybody notices, I messed this one up and gave her earring holes, and the Huret doesn't get earrings. The original antique did not have earrings, at least the ones that I looked at to reproduce. Reproduce. Okay, let me get it all in here, around all those little cracks and crevices and corners. And okay, so the first thing then I'm going to do is blend it and get it smooth from ear to ear. Okay. Almost got it. Small as this one is, it won't take very long. Okay, I've got that blended. Before I do the back now, I want to clean off the whites of the eyes. So I need to get a good hold on this head. And then I'm going to dip my brush. It's just plain water in the cup. And then I'm going to blot the excess out on my lint-free towel I have on my lap. Not wiping it on my pants down here. And then I am just removing the paint from the white eye area. So dip it in the water, blot off the excess, and remove it from the eye area. Okay, see, I've removed that. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. Okay, now all I need to do is finish the back of the head here. Actually, I'm going to use the Sealy one first to take off the extra medium in the paint, and then finish with the Expressions one. I just find it easier if the brush isn't as wet, because then it just kind of keeps moving the paint around and doesn't blend it well enough. So it kind of helps to use the two China mops. Okay, let me check my eye area here. I didn't smudge any paint back on it, so I should be good. Okay, there is that little 15-inch Huret from Doll's Part. We set it off to the side. Find my glasses. Touch the optivisor. And okay, we are done. That is how I applied the washes to 3 different heads. So, okay, I will see you all in the next class. By the way, this class is out of my online Lady Doll class that I am currently teaching, and class price is $50 for all sessions, and this series of classes will run approximately 3 months. I do a live class every Wednesday. I'm going over quite a few different Lady Dolls. I'm showing how I do the 3-foot Lady Grace, the large FG, the small Huret. I've got Lily Ann. I've got a smaller FG head here that I'm working on. So there's quite a few different Lady Dolls I'm going over. So if you have an interest in joining us in the online class, just send me an email to landofozDolls@mchsi.com. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a great night. Bye.